thank you Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Oh my god.
Go ahead.
Okay, here's the thing. If you are a video creator, you know what a pain it is to haul around lights on a C-stand. It is my goal to get all of my lighting off of the ground onto the ceiling. I'm gonna unbox some new Aputure lights, 300D Mark IIs. I love them so much. I love Aputure. I've been using the 120Ds for so long. This is gonna provide a lot of power. If you have a drop ceiling, you can use this accessory to mount your lights to the ceiling, but here it's not super simple because, well, I have no rigging and it's a pretty tall ceiling, so that's what we're gonna tackle. I hope it helps you out. So the place is a mess.
This is sick though.
Okay.
I haven't seen this before.
The vibe is constant lighting, beautiful lighting, because if you look up, it isn't very good. So the goal, and we have a ton of Aputure lights, and Aputure hooked me up, so oh my gosh, thank you. Links in the description below. Aputure, I love you. I've been using them for so long, so it's an honor for them to recognize me like this.
We love Aputure.
We love some Aputure. We love some Aputure.
Yeah.
So we have their new 300D Mark II. So that is much more powerful than the 120D, which gets me excited because I'm thinking we can do a permanent lighting setup up there. We can rig it up. Jordan here is the handyman extraordinaire. He is known in our circle of friends to just get stuff done. You have shelves to hang?
I have
Call Jordan.
I've done a couple shelves. I
Yes.
will, disclaimer, I'm not a professional handyman, so if there are any in the comments, yes, you probably know a little bit better, but this is gonna work and we're gonna make it happen.
Better than me, so we're already off to a good start, okay? Instagram, YouTube, hold on, we gotta get the clout out the way.
Oh yeah, got out the way.
I'm paying you in money and clout, so please shout out.
I'll take both of those.
Give them a reason to follow you.
I build a lot of stuff on my channel. I also live with like 6 people in a loft apartment in Brooklyn, so we're doing some fun stuff a lot of the time. We might build a ball pit for our dogs soon, which will be cool. But Jordan Studdard is my Instagram. Jordan Studdard is also my YouTube. And yeah,
Wow.
that's it. So come.
Okay,
come
amazing.
stop on by.
Aputure was super helpful in kind of informing me what to look for, best placement. My number one biggest priority is this conference room table. I do all my podcasts. So right here and right here. And so if we have it just over, I feel like it will cast some shadows. Luckily, we have a lot of white in the room because of this. I think we can't just go right in the middle. It's gonna have to be a little bit like over here. I feel like that would be a good situation because I just bought so many C-stand stuff from B&H where hopefully we can set it up to where it'll be on like a moving arm to where if it needs to lower, we can lower it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the idea, and I hope all of this works, is these are 12-inch baby plates that there's 6 screws and we're gonna screw to the ceiling. Ideally, you could screw this in and look, this is the end of a C-stand. So you could put the light on this, but we're gonna want it to be a little bit lower. I bought a lot of other stuff where we can kind of like get janky with it if needed.
If you're hanging anything with weight, you just want to make sure you're anchoring it to something sturdy. So that's the one thing we're gonna find out here pretty soon.
Yeah.
If there's stuff behind this like kind of veneer, this little piece of plastic that's on the ceiling, then we can drill it into that, it'll hold the whole weight. But if you drill into something that's too porous or just too crumbly, then your light falls. But if you can't find the right like little tutorial video or the right mount for your specific ceiling, one way you can do it, what we did here, is we got a 2x4 and we stretched it across, I kind of felt around the ceiling and figured out where the studs are in the ceiling, the beams that support all the weight. And once you find those, you can get a 2x4 or a piece of plywood, whatever piece of wood you want, and basically kind of bridge the gap between those 2 studs. In this case, where we wanted to hang the light was in the middle of those. So if we would have put it in the middle, it would have just collapsed from the weight of, you know, whatever. So what we did find is the studs, so 2 sturdy connections, and we made a little bridge between those so that we could hang the light in the middle so it wouldn't fall down.
So if you see below, this is what comes in the 300D. This is going to magnify the power coming out of here even more. So there's a lot of opportunity for bright, big light, but that's not what we're going for. So we're actually not gonna use this. This is a way to keep this box on a C-stand. So you know when we're like running around with a 120D around the office and we're dragging that. So now this basically just slips on here, That was extremely easy.
What?
What?
No way!
We're gonna figure out how bright can this 300D get, especially in this room that is pretty narrow and pretty white. Okay, we got us a lantern diffuser. What's so cool about this is you can actually use it as a light dome, and if you wanted focused light, you could use this, wrap it around one side, and get that focused light. And then you could also use a lantern as just a never-ending, beautiful 360-degree source of light. Oh my god, I am so sorry! Oh my god. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
Oh no, yeah, I'm fine.
I shouldn't have
I'm
been
fine.
like shining right in your face.
No.
This is at 2%, we're at 14%, and I feel like we're already at what just the 120D does. This is 42%. The lights are out in here, by the way. 70%, and then 100%. So, super bright. Let's put on the lantern. We got this one figured out. If you wanna, boom. Okay, so that's the perfect place for the podcast. So we got that figured out, but I also shoot a lot of stuff this way. And so instead of just picking a spot from the ceiling, what we learned from that, you do have to worry about shadows when you have lights, you know, up above. So, Dan here, you wanna give a little selfie? Is that the only time that you've ever selfied?
No.
Had the idea, well, hey, why don't we mount it to the wall? We have that smaller baby plate, and then use the light dome to have that beautiful, soft, direct light this way. I have an extra one of these. I could literally just put the second one on the other side.
Yeah.
I would literally have a 3-point lighting system.
It's a good hair light on all your... Test.
Yeah. Dude, the possibilities are just endless. This looks sick. This is the outro before the outro, saying that I still have more Aputure lights to unbox. These are the RGB LED multicolor mini things. Dan, thank you for your expertise.
Absolutely.
He's an actual like proper DP and stuff. Don't be afraid to change things up, as everything that we did today was not our original plan.
And then also just with weight, these lights are heavy, so make sure you're like anchored in correctly. And
It could get dangerous.
So we haven't followed up on what we changed on this setup, and I'll show it again. We basically added another grip head at the very end of it to act as a like fail safe. So already our grip head with a 300D is like on there super tight, but if you think about it, there's not an end on that C-stand arm. So we put another grip head that is just like super tight at the end, just in case. If you want to stick around, more video to come. But thanks guys, just want to get some shout outs in, and look how good. Okay, so while we continue to figure this out, quick word from Squarespace. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. And honestly, just sponsoring this channel. Having supportive brands like Squarespace that sponsor month after month literally helps me keep the lights on. Probably heard about Squarespace. Online stores, portfolios, analytics, email campaigns. It helps you do it all, and it's super simple. And it looks good as well. The simple part is really big for me. I'm creative, I know stuff, but I'm gonna be honest, at the end of the day when I finish a video, the fewer space there is between me having the idea and actually doing it, the better. Recently, I found myself with a little extra time on my hand, less meetings, less phone calls. So I took the opportunity to catch up with a little bit of stuff on my website. It's so easy with portfolios to kind of set it and forget it. And I looked at my work and saw I haven't updated it in years. So I gave it a little facelift, more of a North Star for brands to come and see what work I've done, what I could potentially do for them. It makes the work speak for itself, looks pretty, easy to set up, and it lets potential sponsors know that, hey, if I work with you, I'm gonna put my best foot forward. It's gonna be a beautiful creative relationship that works for my beautiful audience as well. Maybe I can review some of y'all's portfolios, do some retweeting, some sharing. Okay, so we'll get back to the video, but just if you need a website, if you need a domain, please use my link, squarespace.com/saradietschy to get 10% off your first domain or website. Okay, so final day of lights hanging. Jordan is back. He was kind enough to paint the piece of wood white, so it's not as noticeable, but we're still gonna be having a long C-stand hanging from the ceiling. And yeah, last addition, and then I think I'm gonna be good. I had to purchase many more C-stand grips. Going through grips like crazy over here. Okay, time to set up this guy on their Sidus app, Sidus link. So now we have the 300D and also this guy. We can change the power by using the app. Wow. Oh, this is so cool. And then the magnets. Oh, this is fun. So fun. Woo! Wow.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Alright, the final light secured. I think it'll be easy to put the light dome up there if that's the best, but I might just add the skirt around the lantern so that all the light focuses on the backdrop when I'm filming something here, or even top-down stuff. This is gonna work really well. Will work well there. 1, 2, third over there. And the lights are literally off right now, which is crazy.
So bright.
It like it doesn't even look like I'm changing anything. Jordan,
Am I beautiful?
beautiful, job well done.
Thank you.
So I hope you guys are enjoying this video as a official office tour. I feel like it's never gonna come because, well, we're always evolving, right? The next step is to finalize the sound if I can get the company that I hired to like actually turn up and finish it. And now that the world is going to shiitake mushrooms, well, the likelihood of that happening is even lower. So you'll have to stick around, see what happens, because even though we got the light situation going, there's still some housekeeping stuff of where am I gonna put the actual packs. I might just put all of them here on the C-stand. I'm gonna play more around with those little MC RGB lights, which is really exciting. Those are so cool. And finally, Aputure. Thank you so much. So if you guys are curious at all, check out the links in the description below. The people who helped, Jordan, Dan, it was so fun, and thank you for tuning in. Let me know if you like this video. Hit that subscribe button down below for new videos every single week. I think I'll keep it going. Until next time, stay peachy. Okay, bye.